Well, you know my next guest from his big TV hits like How I Met Your Mother or The Wizards of Waverly Place. But now he's returning to directing. This time, a new feature. I sat down with him recently in Los Angeles to talk about his new family film, Monster Summer, out in theaters October 4th. And believe me, this conversation is full of surprises, including a special guest. Here's my exclusive interview with David Henrie. David, where did the inspiration for this Monster Summer movie come from? I see a lot of shades of films that I grew up watching with my kids.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that, because for me, I grew up watching a lot of movies with my dad, and it was very meaningful time we spent together. Some of our most meaningful time, some of my best memories. And I felt like content back then, it was worry-free. There were no awkward car rides home, and it was some of the most meaningful time I spent with my father. Cut to today, I'm like, where are those movies? I'm a parent now, and there's not a lot that I can watch with my children. I feel like I have to be kind of a forensic investigator, checking everything they watch, because there's stuff in there that I would be uncomfortable with them watching. So I was like, why don't we just have a event movie that children can watch with their parents, where both of them get something from it? And that was the key when I was a kid. There was tons of great movies. Spielberg put out a lot, Richard Donner, that a parent could watch it and find something meaningful, and a kid could watch it and find something meaningful. If you think of The Goonies or E.T. or Jurassic Park or Monster Squad, or you name it, there were all these movies, and that doesn't exist now. So I really wanted to recapture that father-son or mother-daughter relationship in an event movie this Halloween.
Well, where did this idea come from? I mean, at the heart of this movie really is, does evil exist?
That, to me, is what I really gravitated towards, because as a director, you have to feel like you're fighting for something. It's such a hard job. You are so in it. There's a million questions being thrown at you at every moment. There's a million people coming at you. There's hundreds of people you're in charge of. It's a lot. So I have to be super motivated to want to make sure that I believe in this. And to me, it's the themes in the world of philosophy that motivates me. And in this movie in particular, I really gravitated towards that. And this idea that evil wins when good men do nothing. And this idea that does evil exist or not? And these forces are all at play in this film under the surface. And I just love seeing them butt heads.
It's good to have the gang back together again.
Ain't this old man Carruthers' property?
I've heard stories about him. Some people think he was a spy, bank robber. I bet their bodies are buried somewhere on this property. That's one in.
Are you there?
What is that?
A teenager is recovering today after nearly drowning.
Hey, Ben? Something happened to Ben that I can't explain. It's like he's a zombie at Night of the Living Dead.
You okay, bud?
Oh my!
What are you,
Hey,
nuts?
guys, it's okay. I invited him.
Easy, fella.
This is Gene. He's a detective.
Retired. Well, there's more of you. I'm gonna have to dig a mass grave now.
What? Something is out there. If we sit around and do nothing, kids are gonna get hurt, including us. It came after me, man. What came after you?
There's definitely something weird going on here. Monsters.
Yeah. You guys ready?
Not us.
Who?
Let's do this.
The kids have this vacant look in their eyes. Lights are on, nobody's home. You are overreacting. It's just kids being kids.
Give me a rundown of the film.
So at its core, it's a movie about a group of kids teaming up with a detective to hunt this mysterious foe, this monster that has moved onto their island and has started targeting children. So if you think the tone of Goonies or E.T. or Monster Squad, it's that kind of world, or even something more modern like Stranger Things. It's that tone, it's that world, just a whole new adventure with a wonderful cast. We have Mel Gibson, who's playing the detective, and we have Mason Thames, whose career is now absolutely skyrocketing. It was wonderful to work with such a young up-and-coming star, future young Oscar winner. And we had Lorraine Bracco, Kevin James. There's a wonderful cast in this film.
Telling you, something happened to Ben that I can't explain. You know, he came home, but he's not the same. It's like he's a zombie at Night of the Living Dead.
That's it, Noah. I know you need some big hotshot article for the paper you're writing, but this is getting out of hand.
This isn't about some article for the paper. This is about what happened to Ben.
Just because some girl you have the hots for tells you something doesn't make it true. Look, I know things have been tough since you lost your dad.
What's he got to do with this?
It seems like ever since he's been gone, you've been searching for evil around every corner of this island when there just ain't none to be found.
If you don't want to believe me, then don't believe me. But something is still out there. If we sit around and do nothing, kids are gonna get hurt, including us.
Where did this idea come from?
I originally read the script, and the guys that wrote it are the guys that write all of the Peanuts franchise, so the Peanuts movies and the TV shows. And they said we needed a break from writing these cartoons, and so we wanted to write this really fun monster, mysterious, spooky family movie. So they would write this like when they needed a mental break. And I had mutual friends with them, and they slipped me the script, and it was exactly the kind of thing that I was looking for, because it took me back to my childhood where I'd watch movies with my dad. I was like, this is exactly...
And it's a spooky family adventure, but it is spooky.
Yes. And that was the thing. Like back in the day too, I think before PG and PG-13 distinctions, they believed kids can handle it, and they weren't dumbing things down for younger people. They believed, okay, kids are programmed with minds that can grasp good and evil, and they can see through things. I'm not going to treat a kid like a baby. We need to help them learn about the world and experience truth and vice and virtue and stories. And that's why you have all these great old fairy tales that have some scary elements in it, but purposefully to help children learn greater realities about the world. So that ethos is very much in this film.
David, you got your start as a child actor. And we're going to talk a little bit later about Wizards, which you are reviving and bringing magically
back,
taking up the wand.
Yes.
What did being a child actor, how did that inform you as a director now, interacting with younger actors?
That's a great question. And to me, it was everything on this film. It was the reason I felt like I was uniquely qualified to direct this film, because it's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And growing up as a child actor, I experienced the good, bad, and the ugly. And I wanted to bring all of my best experiences to the table for this film to help get the performances out of those kids.
Kids are hard to deal with, though, admit it.
Yeah,
they're
100%.
very tough. I mean, they're hard in life, I can
Yes.
tell you as a father of three. But, and you can too.
As a father of three, I agree.
They're hard to deal with. On a movie set, with time ticking and pressure on, it's got to be a nightmare.
It's hard enough to get my kids to all sit and have lunch, let alone say lines and be great actors. It's a really difficult task. But these kids were so gifted, so talented. They brought their A game. And I think at the core of it too, you have to treat them like kids. The second you start treating them as something that they're not, they get uncomfortable. So there needs to be an ease or a faith when you're making the film with the kid to make them feel like, your head's not going to get lopped off if you don't do this right. So that's a fine line you're always walking, to make sure that the kid feels like they can give a good performance and just not be crushed.
What was the bit of advice you gave them? Is there any one bit of advice or something you learned the hard way that you imparted to them?
Well, I got to credit Mr. Gibson, because he taught Mason how to breathe. And he talked to me about breathing and how breathing is so key to a good performance. It's one of the ways you know someone's alive, too, by the way. That's a very important thing in life.
Elemental.
And if you just breathe as your character would in that moment, you're already selling half the scene. Because if your character's in a hurry and you're breathing, that's just going to sell. You don't even need to act. You're just going to look frantic.
Yeah.
And I remember Mel gave me a couple tips on breathing based on his studies. And I took Mason out to the beach, and we both stood with our feet in the water on the beach, and we did these breathing exercises and these vocal exercises that really, I think, helped him find his voice where it was and how to channel it in this character. He's already such a wonderfully talented kid that if you give him a couple tools, he knocks it out of the park.
Why did you want to do a spooky family movie now? And what was the most difficult part of this? Because you're right, we aren't doing this anymore. And this movie does have a, it feels like we've been in this place before somehow.
Yes.
It has a nostalgic feel.
Yes, and I wanted that for the parents too, so the
Yeah.
parents have something that invites them into the movie
Yeah.
that they can relate to and they can gravitate towards, and the kids have a whole new experience through the kids' eyes in the film. I love the spooky element because I think it can create what we want for theaters these days, which is an event, something that can take them away from their phones and get them into a movie theater to have a communal experience. That's the power of a movie theater, is it can bring everyone together, get off your phones, and have an experience with other human beings. So to me, the spooky element, I think, really helped drive our Halloween release and make it an event style movie. And to me, fear is one of the most fundamental characteristics kids are dealing with. And movies about overcoming your fears and challenging your fears can be one of the most powerful ways to help shape a young mind to be courageous. So to me, empty fears are bad, or not answering the fear with the proper end, not learning how to overcome that's bad. That's just scares with no real value to it. But this is with a purpose. It leads to a greater place.
Good. Well, speaking of overcoming your fears,
Hi.
no.
So unexpected.
Norman, I'm so glad you came.
Thank you.
Thank you. No,
Don't cut yourself.
Don't put that down.
Come with a sheet.
You never let him have a sword, a broadsword, or an axe, or anything like that.
Or even a guy's sword.
That's right. You play the retired cop in this movie that helps these kids.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What was it like working with a bunch of young? I mean, these are very young actors.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, I love working with kids because they're kind of like, they're unaffected, and they're open to all kinds of technique, and you know, you can impart stuff to them, or you know, it's nice. And working with them, you can get the timing on it. They're very malleable.
Yeah, they play along.
Yeah, and they have a natural. I mean, they're there because they're naturally talented to begin with. They lack a little form.
Yeah.
But that comes with time. But they're young.
Why did you want to cast Mel in this particular role?
He was the first person that I thought of when I read it. I mean, it just it screamed him when I read it. And I also was a big fan of A Man Without a Face, and I sensed a lot of that dynamic with our two characters in this film too. And it's been a minute since that one, so I thought it'd be good timing.
And I had only recently resolved to only work with people with two first names.
So David Henrie calls.
Henry.
David Henrie?
Henry, David.
He fit the bill.
Yeah.
It was very
And his
nice.
dad's the same. His dad,
Jim
Henrie.
Jim Henry, his
Yeah.
brother Lorenzo Henry. I mean,
Yeah, well, when the last name's Henry, it's kind of hard not to have two first names.
Patrick Henry, he didn't end up so well. He ended up swinging. So, I think, but this is that's that kind of movie. There's a little horror involved.
And fun. I mean, it's a family film, which are not really being made right now very much for this. Certainly not for the big screen. You see this stuff on streaming. You don't see it at all on the big screen.
No, I loved it. When we first met, I remember we sat down for coffee and you were like, "It's Goonies with teeth." That's perfect. That's exactly what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Goonies with teeth.
And was it?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's got a little bite in it. There's a couple of scary things.
What I love is both of you are working on you're about to take up the wand again and bring the Wizards of Waverly Place back. You're about to take up the cross and bring Jesus back. Yeah. I mean, this is pretty. I mean, in some ways, these are your master works. In some ways, things that have certainly affected and shaped your career in major ways. Tell me about that. What that is like. First of all, bringing back something like the Wizards. I mean, it's been a long time since you waved the wand.
Yes. No, I mean, again, it goes right back into, I think, wanting to bring wholesome, worry-free family content back to families. For me, that drives me, and just great experiences that you can get, powerful. You can experience a powerful story. So for me, it's along that MO.
And for you, going back to the Resurrection, I know you're kind of starting pre-production.
Yeah, well, it's all based on an R-rated book called the Bible.
Oh.
And I think, but I think it's good for the whole family at some point.
Yeah, sooner or later.
Yeah.
What do you want people to take away from this film? I'll start with Mel. When you first read the script,
Sure.
surely you saw something there that families could sink their teeth into and that kids could enjoy.
Yeah, hopefully it's a little mystery involved. There's a few laughs. There's it's an adventure. And I think I showed it to my son, a rough cut. He liked it. So it's it did the trick. It's
Yeah.
entertaining. It's kind of scary.
And it's intriguing to kids. Kids like to be
And I do
scared.
have to say, his son is wise beyond his years.
Oh, yeah.
Wise beyond his
I
years.
agree.
Well, he's already at Stanford. He's only 7.
Amazing. Teaching. He's teaching.
He's teaching at MIT.
There you go. And he's also doing a parenting show over on
right.
TLC on the weekends. Yeah, that's
He's got his own pod.
Yeah, that's his side hustle.
Right.
Why did you want families to see this now?
It goes back to my childhood. I wanted to recreate that experience I had with my father in a movie theater, where you get a movie that's high quality, that has something to say, and that can be an experience for us both.
David said earlier you gave the young actor Mason in the movie some breathing tips about just breathing, which is something a lot of actors lose sight of.
Not good ones.
Yeah.
But I think it's absolutely necessary to at least understand the basis of inspiration and expiration and what it does emotionally, and it's your base, really. It's it's your soul.
Yeah.
It's your heart. It's everything. Breathing.
Great advice. Great sitting with both of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raymond.
Keep the knife to yourself.
Okay. I'll be nice. I promise I'll be nice.
Oh, I'll be knifed. No. Don't let him do it.
No, we got to do the music.
Oh, no. Oh, God help us. Monster Summer, directed by David Henrie and starring Mel Gibson and Lorraine Bracco, opens in theaters Friday, October 4th. Visit monstersummermovie.com for tickets and showtimes in your area.